All right, let's go ahead and start our meditation for today. So today we're going to do a little meditation that you may have done before called meditation on the mind, like the sky, kind of gaining an appreciation for the way that our minds are very spacious and clear, kind of appreciating that nature of our minds, which of course is the platform, the basis for how we can change our minds. And that's what meditation is all about. So let's start as usual with a few minutes of just watching the breath. And no doubt you have a technique you already use with the breath, but if you need a suggestion, again, I generally suggest working with the area around the nostrils or the upper lip where you feel the sensation of the air coming in when you inhale. And then again, when you exhale, that sensation that occurs in that area becomes your meditation object. And just try to stay present with it as best as you can, keeping the mind there. Whenever the mind does get distracted, when we see that that's happened, we let go of that distraction and come back to the breath. So I'll ring the chime to begin the meditation period, do a few minutes in silence, and then we'll set our motivation and do our meditation for today. So now let's set our motivation together. And first, begin by appreciating the fact that you are still here in this human life that is rich with so much opportunity. And we all made it through this challenging year of 2020. We certainly don't know what the future holds, but we know that we have this moment right now. We have this time together, an opportunity to work on our own minds, to develop our own qualities. And to want to do this for ourselves is a starting point to recognize that we will have more peace of mind, be able to be happier, more content, if we are able to work with our minds more skillfully. But we want to do this with a bigger motivation, thinking about all the countless beings who don't even have an awareness of their own minds and the power of their own minds. So we're going to work on ourselves so we can help those beings, so we can be most skillful in directing them on the path to achieving the state of enlightenment. And we recognize that to do this the most skillfully, we have to become enlightened ourselves. So this is the motivation we ideally bring to these meditations, is that motivation of bodhicitta, the sincere wish to be of the greatest benefit to all beings, and the recognition that to do that, we have to achieve Buddhahood ourselves. So hold that motivation deeply in your heart. So again, for this meditation on the mind like the sky, we're going to begin with just going back to meditating on the breath, just having that attention to the breath in the way that we just did. And when you feel that you've gained a deeper level of concentration on the breath, then kind of move away from emphasizing the focus on the breath to being aware of the mindfulness that is within our own minds, allowing our mind to be attentive and observant of whatever comes up, and of seeing the various thoughts and feelings that arise in the mind, but observing them from that spacious quality of the mind. I try not to identify with all these various things that are arising, all of our mental stuff. Just simply observe it like a tourist, or like someone sitting on a sidewalk cafe watching all the people go by, but just simply observing. So allow all of these various thoughts to arise as you observe them, and then watch them pass away without getting involved. Just hold that space of awareness. So we're going to do this for just a few minutes. Again, first focus on the breath to gain some concentration, and then try to pull back into that space of just simply being aware of whatever it is that's arising in the mind. And if you can, just allow your mindful attention to expand, to encompass your entire sphere of experience of consciousness. If you can, forget that there's an observer and something being observed. Simply imagine your experience, your consciousness as being just like the sky, completely clear, vast, spacious, going on without any end. Concentrate on this experience. Try to identify with this experience of clarity, spaciousness, awareness. And continue to hold this awareness of the sky-like nature of the mind, that spaciousness, clarity, vastness. And whenever a thought or an emotion, an idea, an image, a sensation, whatever, when that arises in your mind, just observe it, let it arise, and let it pass. Each thought, each mental event is just like a cloud. Your mind, like the sky. Try to stay present with that spaciousness and blissful clarity, just simply allowing these cloud-like thoughts to pass. And then gradually let go of this practice. And let's spend these last few minutes reflecting on how we might use this in our daily life. Whenever we identify with and get carried away by a thought or a feeling, we lose any awareness of that spacious clarity of the mind, of that vast, clear, and knowing nature of the mind that's within each thought or feeling. So our perspective at that time becomes very small and constricted. It's as if all there are is clouds. We've lost the sky. We've gotten totally identified with the contents of the mind and lost awareness of the spacious clarity of the mind. So at any moment, we can simply choose to observe those thoughts and feelings arising without getting involved in them, without identifying with them. Rather, we can pull back into that spacious clarity and identify with that nature of our minds. We can remain calm, clear, peaceful, open, spacious, without any agitation, without delusions, without our anxiety or distress, without dissatisfaction. So spend a minute or two reflecting on your own desire to use this awareness in your daily life. And then for this last little bit, simply come back to the breath, paying attention to the inhalation, exhalation, just staying present in that space of clear awareness. And let's take a moment to dedicate all the positive energy we've created through doing this meditation, becoming aware of the spacious quality of our own minds, that clarity, that vastness, so that we can work on our own minds, develop our own qualities, remove all of our negative tendencies, and in that way be of greatest benefit to other beings. Also dedicate for the good health and long lives of all of our precious teachers, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Lama Zopa Rinpoche, Geshe Thupten Sherab, Venerable Rabina, all the other teachers that we have that are helping us and others on our paths to enlightenment. May they have good health and long lives. And then lastly, dedicate for any beings that you're holding in your heart right now, those whose situation moves you, who are dealing with some difficulty, some strife in their lives, who have illness, who are dying, or who have died. And dedicate this positive energy for their well-being so they may be free from suffering and find all the causes that lead to perfect peace and happiness. And may all beings achieve perfect peace and happiness through what we've done here today. Wonderful. Thank you all so much for joining this morning. Have a wonderful day, and please stay safe and healthy. I'll see you again soon. Okay.
Thank you again.